that the area that we have preview over runs the way it should be, to take the discrimination out, to take the fairness, the unfairness, to make that right. And there's a lot of other things, but if I'm wrong, the SOP should follow the commission rules. And right now it's the opposite. I don't know why. I've asked people several times, why isn't that? Under state statute, I have state statute, and then I have a watered down version of the rules, and then I have the SOPs. I don't know why that can't be condensed and just have a simple, so everybody understands. And that's where, you know, I'm frustrated. If it sounds like that, I am, because that hasn't happened. The police department came to us. They would like to have a rule change of us being involved in the interview process. Here, back to my point, we could have said, okay, we're going to do it anyway, but we wanted their cooperation. We wanted to do it the way they wanted to do it. And so as long as everybody agreed, and that's how you get things done. But we're not there. The commission rules were adopted under unusual circumstances. We voted on the rules for the commission. They're flawed. Everybody knows they're flawed. I've asked people, and they said we're redoing them. And here again, they redo them, and we're not at the table. Well, how in the world are you going to change things or come to a rule and a system that everybody can agree to and follow? The answer is you can't. The SOP should follow state statute. So I'm going to ask for that cooperation again and again. But next month, we will go over again the SOP number 34. It's just unacceptable. Now, the commissioners, we're all equal here. If you have a different view on it, my proposal is tonight, since it was on the agenda, we are going to vote that we are going to be a part of the interview process. And that's up to us, what we want to do in the interview process. That's up to us. But it will be, I'm going to have a proposal. It will be in next month's revised edition or amendments of the hiring practice. What's a good time for us to do the interview? Some people suggested at the finale. So when you go by state statute, it's pretty clear that after the agility test, the written exam, the scores would be given to us, and that's never happened. So at that time, we're going to put in my proposal, and that is the time that we interview the candidates. So you'll have the passing scores of the agility written exams in front of us. And that's up to us how we want to conduct that. We'll have to have a meeting on it. We'll have to vote on it, but that's up to us. How many questions we want to ask them. I don't see it being scored. We have the ability, if we don't, if somebody's not up to par, but that's not what we want to do. The state legislature put us in charge and gave us the authority and power to make sure everything was in a fairness way. And we need to do that. And we're in charge of the hiring practices, the rules and how that's conducted. We could have came in here and just flipped the script and changed everything without anybody's cooperation. But here again, that's just not how we get things done. They need to be changed. Everybody agrees they need to be changed. It has to be. And I don't want the attorney changing it. Our attorney, our city attorney, is not in charge of telling us what the rules should be. Her job is to make sure they're lawful. And so when I got that report and the SOP 34, it wasn't sufficient for me. So my proposal is, and we're going to have a discussion on it, that we're going to be part of we'll have an oral meeting for the commission after the scores are given to us. And we have to certify them. And every time in the old school, and this is why the state legislature did what they did, doing things the old way is not good enough. It's flawed. And that's why we were here to change them. After the agility and the written test, scores will be given to us and we will interview those candidates. They're passing candidates at that stage. We're going to interview them. make sure they understand the commission rules going forward, make sure that they, everything was above board. That's our job, and we'll move forward. To this day, I know we've had the hiring board and promotion board on the police department. I don't know why that still exists. I don't care if they want to keep it, but it shouldn't be part of the scoring. That's our job, the hiring and promotion board. It all changed when we came. The city didn't want it, the mayor didn't want it, the chief didn't want it, our attorney didn't want it. But we're here and we need to do the best job. The city expects it. The rank and file expects it. And they're the one that's put us here. The ones that honor, that we honor and protect us, put us here. And we owe them the consideration and respect to make sure we get it right. So at that point, I'm going to open up for discussion. Commissioner Kent.
Well, let me just make a few brief comments. One is this is a new commission, and this is a learning process for everybody. I think your idea of meeting monthly with the mayor and the chief is an excellent idea, because if there are concerns or issues, they need to be addressed proactively, so the commission can do its job. And also, it helps all parties to better understand what truly is our role. My second and last comment will be, since the state has set the parameters on how these commissions need to function, that's what we need to follow. That's what we can't have conflict between what we are doing and what the state has dictated that we need to do. So that we need to get over that hurdle. That's all I have.
Wayne.
I agree with what you brought up. The situation that I'm in is I can't figure out. You know, we've got a city attorney, but the way I understand it, a law firm here in Shelbyville is the one that's getting the money for the city attorney, and then people keep saying, you know, that Ms. Meltzer is our city attorney, but you know, she doesn't attend the meetings. We've had a lot of questions as we've gone along through this process. I feel sorry for the chief. He's tried to provide us with everything that he could as we went along. But, you know, especially in our infancy, when we were learning and trying to put things together, I would think that that would be the most important part of having a city attorney involved. And she wasn't here. And there was nobody here telling us why she wasn't. But we need to know who the city attorney is, and we need to have the city attorney available to help us when we need it. And so does the chief of police. So if we're going to go forward and do the job that we're supposed to do, then I think there needed to be some changes made in the city administration.
Well, to your point, I don't want to interrupt you, but we're the only board/commission that would have a conflict of interest with our city attorney. It's impossible for her to represent us. And it's a huge conflict of interest. That being said, the disrespect that we get, because any other board in the city that our city attorney can't go to, should go to, and can't, there will be an attorney provided to them by that same law firm. And that has never happened. Your city attorney can't show up because of conflict. I want an attorney here on her behalf. It makes us look just It's just not the way we want to conduct business. And my job is make sure this commission runs the way by state statute it should run. Sure, your point's well taken. I don't know when that's going to happen. We've had every roadblock put in front of us, but thanks to you guys and the work I've asked you to do, we survived that. We might be a young commission, but after the trial and all the work that we have put in, trying to make it right, it's worked. And we're up to speed now, but going forward, it's almost impossible. We want to make sure we're doing everything in a lawful way. You would think the administration would want to do the same, but go ahead and continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
That's okay. That's basically what I had to say. Appreciate it.
All right. Commissioner Ramsey?
Yes, would it be appropriate that we sit down with our city attorney and our mayor and just have a informal session to try to, I mean, is that a possibility? Are they willing to sit down with us and just talk it through?
We can
I
ask.
mean, it sounds like the first thing we should do is to get it all out there
Yeah.
and then come up with a solution. So
I guess my frustration stems from why wasn't this done on day one?
I agree. I agree.
But yeah, I met with the mayor on this topic. It was a great
Was our attorney,
conversation.
was our attorney?
No. And so it's something we should do, and I don't know, we'll try. If you're not going to attend our meeting, why would you attend that meeting? But
I think it's worth a shot.
it just, there again.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
Commissioner Mason?
When we started, it was a unique position. And Jenny couldn't meet with us because she was on the other side of the fence in a presentation of the trial that we had. I understand that. The training that we were provided was delegated to another attorney. That's all behind us now. I can't help but wonder if something didn't drop the ball in that period where we had two different attorneys. One should have been advising us and another one did, and maybe they don't agree. I don't know, maybe they did agree. But I think it's an excellent idea to see if we can get everyone together. Sometimes, I'll be honest, it seems like we just show up to these meetings because we're checking a box. And we need to be doing more than that. The police department comes to us, they want to change the policy to where we do some interviews to help them out. That seems good. We talked about it the day we did the physicals. Everybody seemed to be on board, and since then, now all of a sudden, we're getting that they don't want us to do that anymore, and I'm confused. I just need to know what you want. We'll be glad to help. I do know that there's a lot on Jenny's plate right now with all the titles and jobs that she holds. That's not an excuse. It's just a fact. She's got to live. If you live anywhere near Indianapolis, you know what all's going on with the legislature. Yesterday was the day when bills passed from one side to the other. There's a lot of things going on. I did contact her on another matter with the Fire Commission Board, and she responded to me within a couple of hours via text. It wasn't face-to-face, via text with an answer. I appreciated that quick response on the Fire Commission side. I wish I had an answer, and I don't, but it never fails to have communication. And that's where I'm in favor of if we can talk with the mayor and Jenny and just say, from their perspective, where's the ball dropping? We know from ours, we have our opinion on this side of the fence. There's another side of that fence. What do they see do they have suggestions? And how can we get this thing going? Because we can provide a very valuable tool to the police department, and we all want to do that. We just got to figure out how we're going to do it. That's all I got.
Appreciate your comments. And that being said, I'm asking for a motion to approve that we will be, the Merit Commission will be interviewing the prospective passing candidates after the agility and written exam. That would be handed, it just goes hand in hand if you read the state statute and interpret as much. After the The police chief gets the passing scores, they're to be given to us. And the prospective candidates, will be notified, at a said time and place that we will interview them. And I think you guys all have a great executive session in private. They're not employees yet, the prospective candidates, but that's still up. But my motion is to make sure that we're there at that time in the process. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
I'll second.
second. With that second, so adopted. It will be written up and put in our commission rules next month. Exactly as I said it there. So that's going to be that. So at this time, the police chief comments. You're welcome to come up here, Chief Dwinger. Oh, hold on. I just been advised that we have to vote on that, and I'm sorry. So let's vote on that proposal that I got a second on. And I'm so sorry for that. I got caught up in Commissioner Kent,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Ridgway, aye, Commissioner Ramsey,
Aye.
Commissioner Mason.
Aye.
5-0, motion carries, so adopted. So with that, I'm sorry, Chief, that I interrupted you, but go ahead.
Bill DeWinger, Shelbyville Police Department. I want to bring to the commission's information. According to our rules, every 2 years we have members assigned to our disciplinary and accident review board. That has been taken care of. For the next 2 years, it'll be Mike Turner, Lieutenant Mike Turner, Sergeant Glenn Jennings, and Officer Kyle Lawver Jones. Those are the officers that will be investigating complaints, other possible SOP violations. That has changed from the previous 2 years. So I wanted to bring that to the commission's attention. As far as your vote that you just took, there needs to be some discussion as to what weight is given by the commission. Will it be a courtesy interview? Will it be you're going to decide to have the veto power? Those type of things that need to be discussed. And the SOP, the hiring is corrected, so to speak, or being updated, but there's a lot of work that goes into that. And we're still working through that, but those are some things that you as commissioners have got to decide. Also, and I'm sure you're aware, the Board of Works and Public Safety are the ones that approve our SOPs. So everything has to go through them to be approved. And I have a
Can I
final.
ask you a question on that point? Now,
Yes, sir.
commission rules don't go to the Board of Works. Board of Works control the police department, basically. They had handed jurisdiction over to us for them 4 elements of hiring, firing, promotion. But tell me, to my earlier comments earlier, why doesn't the SOP follow state statute just accordingly and under the commission rules?
President Ridgway, that's what we're working on, is getting all of our SOPs up to date, in accordance, no contradictions. We're trying to do that. There's, I said the last meeting 72, there's actually 73. I have personally sat down and gone through each and every one of them to change things to make it applicable to the statute, to the police officer's Bill of Rights, to the contract. That takes time. And it's not something that we can do overnight. I asked for input from other officers. I have that list. I got it back yesterday. We're working on assigning each SOP to the subject matter people in their field. And it just, I cannot do it in a short period of time, or we're going to be right back in this same boat. There's contradictions. There's this SOP contradicts that SOP. It just takes time. If we're going to change an SOP, let's do it. Let's get it right. And sometimes government, well, a lot of times government doesn't work quickly. I understand that. But frustration is not always directed at the right person or persons. We are doing the best we can, and we're doing it in the most efficient way we can. I'm not going to change something and then 6 months later, oh, this needs to be changed because that contradicts that. Or this is violating the changes in the Bill of Rights, or not the Bill of Rights, but the FOP contract. It just is going to take some time. And the frustration with others, I think sometimes that gets directed to, or gets said in a way that it's not, shouldn't be. And my final comment is, I take exception to your word of discrimination about that's the reason why you were set up as a board, and that was your word. That I take offense to, because we, the people that I work with, these people, we work hard at being fair and honest and applying the rules across the board. So when you use that word, I just want to make the comment that I took offense to that, because that it's not something that I take lightly. I will defend my department. We have great people, and I will defend them. And I feel I have to defend the great people that work for the Shelbyville Police Department when you use that terminology. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak openly and honest.
If you took it that way, it was a roundabout way from the state legislature to make sure that the system was flawed. And I wasn't accusing you or anybody in the Department of Discrimination. That was one of the elements in conversations that started the Merit Commission existence, because that was happening. Fairness to candidates was happening. Discrimination was happening. That's why the state legislature recognized that. I wasn't accusing this department. I was, and I think if you let me clarify that, I wasn't accusing you, but that is
I
why
appreciate that.
one of the reasons why this commission from the State House was set up. And they wanted to get it right, and they got tired of the old system. The old system was flawed. It hasn't worked. Everybody agrees it hasn't worked. So that's why we're here. I just want to know why we're not accepted in our role from the administration. Why aren't we at the table? When you say it's been 5 months and we wasn't asked one time to sit at the table to do our SOPs that we're in charge of.
Mm-hmm. And sir, if you'll remember, I approached you commissioners if you would be interested in sitting on the hiring process, or excuse me, the interview process. I approached you guys. So I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to keep anything. I want our department to be better, because you can always do better. So, but I appreciate you clarifying that. I just feel compelled to, for lack of better words, defend my department and the people. So, I get your frustration. I get frustrated. Let's just try to find some kind of common ground, and let's try to work through this. But again, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to voice my concerns.
I appreciate it. It's been 5 months on one rule change. One rule change. That was so easy to do. You brought it to us and then it just sank. Because the ball was dropped, not on this side. But that was something you wanted, should have been done. Government does run slow. I've been part of government for it. It runs slow sometimes because they allow it to run. This is not one of them. We have to get this up to speed. The SOPs have to be in accordance with state statute, but the commission rules are the rules. And, you know, we have the authority and the power to change that. But we don't want to do it by ourselves. We've reached out. We have not gotten very much good responses. But I'm glad to clarify that for you. You know, I would never accuse this police department of discrimination, but that is technically the reason why this commission was sent up from the State House. So if you took me wrong, I'm sorry. Anything else?
No, sir.
Chief, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You said Lieutenant Mike Turner, Officer Carl Jones,
No, Sergeant Glenn Jennings.
oh, Glenn Jennings.
Yes, sir.
And who was the other?
Officer Kyle Lawver.
Kyle, what's the last name?
Lawver, Lawver Jones.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And these three people have been assigned to a committee. What's the name of that committee? For our notes here.
Yeah, the acronym is DARB. It's the Disciplinary and Accident Review Board. If, for example, there's an accident, it'll go to the review board. If there's a complaint of police misusing their authority, that is the committee, and that is the reports that you guys have seen when it.
And so those things happen and these three officers review that process and whatever charges, if they were.
They
charged.
actually conduct the investigation.
conduct it, okay.
Yes, in accordance with the contract, the police officer's Bill of Rights, the SOPs. So it can get convoluted, but that in essence is what they do.
All right, thank you.
And Lieutenant Turner and Officer Kyle Lawver Jones was appointed by myself, and Sergeant Jennings was elected by the department. So that's the checks and balances that we have in our SOP.
Good, thank you. That's it.
Anybody else? The Chief's here. Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is attorney comments. Not here. Does anyone from the public wish to speak? Notice our two hirees are here. Can somebody introduce them?
I should have taken care of this earlier. I know each one of the commissioners have been introduced, but I'd just like to officially introduce them. Ella, stand by. Come on up here. I'm gonna put you on the spot. This is one of our new hires, rookie officer. Your first day was yesterday.
Yes.
It's Ella Lowe. She's from the Greensburg area. And I think some of you were at our agility, so you remember Ella there. So we're very pleased. I am so excited to have young people interested in our profession.
For sure.
And even more excited that we're recruiting from outside the Shelbyville area. Since she's from Greensburg, she decided to apply here, and she was. I feel as an agency, we're lucky to have someone that's willing to devote their life to a career, and especially the police. So I'm very thankful.
Can I ask her a
Welcome.
question? Can I ask you a question since we wasn't part of the interview process? If I'm correct, you finished first in your class.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
I was there. Really quick, if you wish, why Shelbyville? Why Shelbyville Police Department?
I heard about the hiring process from actually an officer in the department, Officer Moore. I knew him from Greensburg, through a personal connection that we have. Everything that I've heard about the community of Shelbyville has been great things. The police department, especially the last 2 days, have been more than welcoming, more than willing to help us with anything we might need, and that's just really solidified my commitment to Shelbyville.
Very good.
Thank you for your comment. Anybody
Thank
want to
you.
ask for anything or make a comment?
You're
towards her?
welcome.
Congratulations
You
again.
haven't gone through their initiation yet then, have you? I've heard that's pretty rough.
Initiate from anyone. Grant, do
It's called the graduation party for the Indiana law enforcement.
There you go.
I can just tell by your comments and your statute, that you're going to be a good one. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
This is Austin Miller, and his first day was yesterday as well, wasn't it? Yes. Tell the commissioners a little bit about yourself.
I grew up in Shelbyville. Right out of high school, pretty much, I joined the military, and for the past 3 years, I've been in the National Guard. After getting out of the back from basic training, I wanted to get into law enforcement as well. I started in the jail in 2023 and moved around a little bit there, and then put in an application for Shelbyville Police Department, and
Let me ask you the same question. Why Shelbyville?
like I mentioned, I grew up here and I've had nothing but positive interactions with law enforcement officers, and not to mention working at the jail. That is also, I've had the same experience. I know a lot of them pretty well, and I enjoy working with them on the jail side, and I figured I would enjoy working directly with them as well, rather than going somewhere completely different.
Thank you for your comments. Anybody, any questions for,
No, welcome to you too.
Yeah, welcome, Austin.
thank you. Anybody else wish to speak? Okay. Now time for the commissioners. We're gonna go, one by one, commissioner comments, Commissioner Kent.
I have a comment. I think we need to reflect back on this commission and the fact that when we were formed, sworn in, received the training and then went right into a hearing, we really didn't have the time to devote to some of the matters we're talking about now. Because the hearing was the most important thing on the plate that we had to get done as quickly as possible. So what we're experiencing is growing pains. How do we fit in? How do we interact with the police department, city hall? Part of this is just normal. In a perfect world, this would have happened before we went into a hearing. But we didn't have that luxury. So I like the fact we continue to talk. I encourage the meetings and getting to know people and just figuring it all out. So it's a viable commission that supports the police department and city hall. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Commissioner Williams,
I've already said everything I had to say. Thank you.
Commissioner Ramsey,
I have done. Thank you.
Commissioner Mason.
I do. To the two new officers, I'm jealous. 1978, I was sitting where you were. And you're looking forward to this career. You got no idea where you're gonna go. Got no idea what's gonna happen. I was on the state police. They chose where I was gonna go. You're set. You're gonna be here. It's a great profession. I miss it. I'm jealous. I wish I could still be involved in that. But when you treat people, even on those bad days, still pretty good job. You can make a difference in your community, and you would be amazed at the end of your career, how many people come up and say, I remember you when, and it's something simple. you went to their kids' Halloween party and handed out candy. It's seldom do people come and thank you for putting someone in jail. Seldom do they thank you for working that accident or writing a ticket. It's the things that you never think will make a difference. Have fun, enjoy it, take it seriously, and watch your six depend on each other, and that's how you get through it. The deputy working in the jail, when I applied to the police departments, when I turned 21, I applied to the Marion County Sheriff's Department. And to this day, I have no idea why. Madison County Sheriff's Department, which is where I lived, and the state police. State police sent me a letter saying you're going to go to the academy. And it was like 6 months down the road. Never heard from the other two until the day after I got my letter to go to the state police department. The Madison County Sheriff's Department called and said, hey, we're starting a hiring process. Would you want to participate? And I said, I've got this letter. I'm going to the state police. Little did I know, the head of the Madison County Reserves lived next door to the superintendent of the state police, John Shettle. And the next day I get a call from him. Hey, I talked to your future boss. He thinks it'd be a good idea if you were a reserve deputy until you went to the academy. I spent every day of that in jail, working in the jail. I didn't even buy a uniform because I knew I was leaving. That was the best. I hated it at the time. That was the best investment because in my career as a policeman, you understand how a jail works and you can work better in that environment. We had a lot of policemen who thought their job was to take them to the jail and put them there and leave. And it's not, as you can test. So take little bits of that time and apply it towards your future career. It's a great life, folks. It's a great life, but in this day and age, you got to be careful. You got to watch out, but I'm jealous. Congrats.
Excellent. Yeah, very good. And we hear he was a pretty good cop. I don't know.
Anything else? No, thank you for that, comments. I've got two quick ones. I'm blown away, by the candidates. Good luck in the academy in May. You're gonna do great. When I say I'm blown away, I'm just so excited for the future of this department. We have, a nucleus of young talent that I don't think anywhere around us has. The ability, to do their job mixed in with our veteran, police officers. It's a great mix. It's a department that is just, it's going to be good thanks to our new young people coming up. So good luck to them. My second comment, when I nominated Commissioner Ramsey to be our secretary, I don't think he was very happy about that. But he agreed to. He retired to get out of that, but I knew you would do a good job, and I was only half right. You're doing a great job.
Oh,
The agenda, the minutes.
Thank you.
You're on top of it. You always consult with me, and I appreciate that cooperation and communication. So thank you for all your work that you do. So with that being said, anybody else from the public has any comments, commissioners? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So ordered.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay.